Actaeon's cruel fate. And now, here is another myth in which a fair young man again suffers an undeserved death. And if in the previous myth we saw the unjust fate of Hippolytus was the will of the goddess Aphrodite, in this we shall see how Artemis herself behaved cruelly. From as far back as the age of the fearsome Cronos, a law had existed that any man who set eyes upon a god, unless the god himself wished it, must surely die. It was an unjust law, and one of which Artemis applied with unnecessary harshness in the case of Actaeon, who unintentionally chanced to catch sight of the goddess while she was bathing. It happened on a hot summer's day. Artemis was with a party of nymphs and nereids of the forest. Faint with the heat, they longed to take a bath to cool themselves. Artemis, however, never bathed in sea or river, lake or spring, because she feared that some indiscreet eye may fall upon her. Up to this moment, indeed, neither god nor man had ever seen the goddess bathing. So Artemis went with her friends to cool herself in still waters of a cave buried high up of the thickly wooded slopes of Mount Citeron. The whole group left her clothes on the rocks and jumped to the crystal clear waters with happy shouts. Artemis jumped first, and she played and frolicked in the water as if she were a little child. The nymphs and nereids followed her, and they all played and laughed together, happy and carefree. At the same time, a party of hunters happened to passing by. Among them was Actaeon, the handsome crown prince of Thebes. He had gone on ahead of the others, and as he was thirsty, was looking for water. Suddenly, he saw the entrance of a cave. This was the cave where Artemis was. Leaving his dogs outside, the prince went in to look for water. After he had gone forward a few steps, he heard a sound of splashing and paused thoughtfully. "No, Actaeon, don't go on," a voice inside him seemed to say. "Remember the law of Cronos, who knows who may be the cave." Yet Actaeon did go on. And suddenly, round a bend in the rock, he came face to face with the body of a goddess. At the moment, the lovely Artemis was rising from the water. Her little body glowed in the half-light of the cave with an indescribable divine beauty which no man's eyes had ever yet beheld. It was the nymphs who first saw Actaeon, and a cry of alarm escaped them. Artemis turned to see what had happened and saw Actaeon standing a little farther off. She blushed from head to foot in shame and rage, and became more lovely still. The nymphs rushed to shield her from Actaeon's eyes, but the harm had been done. Artemis was so outraged that Actaeon's doom was sealed. The goddess transformed the helpless youth into a deer. Now, a deer, Actaeon ran to escape, but when he emerged from the cave, his own dogs began to hunt him down. Actaeon struggled to speak, to tell his dogs not to harm him, to let them know that the deer they were hunting was their own beloved master, but he no longer had the power of speech, and they bore down on him and sank their fangs into his throat, and the tragic irony of it was the dogs then went searching for Actaeon to show their rich prize. When the other hunters realized that Actaeon was missing, they too went in search of her friend. In the evening, tired and with all hope lost, they slung the slain deer over the back of a horse and took the road back for Thebes. How could any of them imagine that the deer was Actaeon himself, alone among gods and men, to have seen Artemis in her nakedness? The punishments of Artemis were harsh, and for that reason people were careful to behave as the goddess wished. At Vravron in Attica, there was a great festival every 5 years which had origin in the following incident. A tame bear used to wander at liberty in the streets of Athens, and all the inhabitants thought it was a holy animal protected by Artemis. The Athenians, who loved the beast, fed and took care of it. The bear was the children's best friend. They played with it and teased it without its ever losing its temper or doing of them any harm.